Hi everyone, welcome to Rachelpichleryoga. If we haven't met before, my name is Rachel. Today our yoga for flexibility practice is going to be a nice full body stretch. So I am going to ask or suggest that you have a strap of some kind and a block of some kind. And if you don't have anything to use today, that is completely fine. I will give you some options. You're also going to need just a little bit of space to move, and that's about it. So let's get started. So let's begin today laying down. And you can either have your legs out long or you can bring the soles of your feet together and your knees out wide to get into the hips a little bit. But rest the shoulders, rest the back of the head. You can place your hands on your tummy. Close your eyes and let's take a nice big breath in and out. And again, nice big inhale and exhale. Maybe wiggle the toes a little bit, even the fingertips. Taking another nice big breath in and out. Nice, you guys. Let's just settle in for a few moments. Soften the shoulders. Breathe in any way that feels good. Just taking this time to slow down. If you are making that diamond shape with your legs, you might be feeling some love throughout the hips. So if you need to make any adjustments, or slide the heels a little further away to make the diamond a little bit bigger, just kind of finding what feels good for you in this moment. Let's just stay for a few more moments, letting go. Feeling the air coming into the body, coming back out. I'm going to give you the option to stay just like this for a little while longer. Or you can start to kind of move the legs a bit, and we're going to find happy baby. So you can bend the knees, plant your feet, and then start to bring your knees towards your chest. You could even stay here, maybe adding a little rock side to side. And maybe the knees want to come out wide. You could even keep the big toes together. Maybe this is as far as you go. Or maybe you do decide to reach for the feet, trying to stack the ankles right above the knees. If it feels good to rock side to side, you can add that in, or you can be still. But let's just notice the low back. Can you connect your low back to the ground? Nice long spine. Finding your breath again. Maybe scanning the body. How are you feeling so far today? And just notice, are there any thoughts on your mind that maybe you could set off to the side for just a little bit of time? And take another breath in and out. Nice, you guys. If you have your feet in your hands, you can start to let them fall back down so those big toes come together. Bring your hands to your knees help them come back together as well. Maybe sneak in a little rock side to side, and our feet are going to eventually come all the way back down towards the floor. Awesome, you guys. Feel free to take a moment or two here laying down, but we are going to be turning over onto our tummies. And if you have a block to use today, I want you to find that block. And we're just going to find a nice stretch for the front of the neck. That's one of my favorite things to do. So if you don't have a block, my option for you, what I like to do is actually just rest the elbows and let my chin or almost the jawline just rest in the palms. And you can bring the elbows a little further away. Just bringing some length into the front of the neck. If you do have a block of some kind to use, you might have a couple different heights to work with. I like to lean the block away and then just gently rest the chin. So once you've decided if you're using your hands or using a block, you might even open the mouth a little bit just to prevent the teeth from clenching together. Soften the shoulders, maybe reaching the arms out in front. If you're using a block, and then soften your shoulders again. Maybe even closing the eyes if you haven't already. Nice work, guys. Let's take just one, maybe two more breaths here. And you can bring your hands back to your block, and let's all just use an inhale to slowly lift the chin up just enough to take your hands or your block out from underneath your chin. Stack your palms and rest your forehead. Bringing the length back into the neck. Soften the shoulders. Nice job, you guys. When you are feeling good to move, just start to bring your hands under your shoulders and push yourself up onto your hands and knees. We're just going to take a nice comfy seat. So maybe sitting cross-legged. And placing your hands on your knees or in your lap. Close your eyes and just find a nice long spine. Take a nice inhale. And as you exhale, let your chin start to fall down towards your collarbone. Just a nice counter stretch for the neck. And if your hands are on your knees or your lap, you could bring them to the floor beside you for just a little more. Let the shoulders get a little heavier. Taking an inhale, lengthen the spine if you got some space to grow. And exhale. Nice work, you guys. With an inhale, slowly start to lift the chin back up. Maybe add in a shoulder roll if you would like. If you got a strap today, I want you to find it, bring it over nice and close. We're going to do cow face. So a couple options here. You might just do the arms today. You might just do the legs today. You might do a little bit of both. So if you want to get into your shoulders, I'm going to start with the arms. You're going to use your strap if you've got one. I'll show you how to do it without a strap if you don't have a strap today. But reach that left arm up, bring the strap behind you, and then grab onto it with that right hand. And then you can just start to Gonna walk the fingertips or the hands towards one another until you start to feel a stretch, maybe through the tricep, maybe through the shoulder, maybe everywhere through that upper body. But take an inhale and lengthen through your spine. If you don't have a strap to use, you can just grab onto your elbow, focusing more on that lifted arm instead of the bottom arm. All good. If you want to add legs to this, you guys, send the right leg out. Cross the left leg over top. Maybe you're going to stay here, half cow face. Maybe you're going to bend your bottom leg in and try to stack the knees on top of one another. And let's all reset. Find that nice long spine. If you are able to interlace the fingers, you don't need to use a strap. Breathe. And if anyone wants to add a little tip forwards, maybe getting into the glutes, into the hips a little bit more, you could add a tip forwards if it feels good. And just soften the shoulders. Find your breath. Nicely done, you guys. Using an inhale, bring yourself back up. If you did tip forwards, find a long spine. And exhale, release your arms first. Maybe add in a shoulder roll. We're just going to move our legs here. So we're going to find double pigeon. So I want you to kind of separate the knees and try to stack the shins on top of one another. So if you can get your top foot on top of that knee, the shins kind of in line with one another, and then that top knee is trying to find that bottom foot. You might focus on the lower body here, leaning back a little bit, trying to get that top knee to come down. But I'm going to give you the option to add your cow face arms back in if you want to, or you can just focus on the legs and the glutes here. But maybe grabbing the strap. Let's do the same arm. So left arm up, maybe grab that elbow, maybe sit tall, maybe add a little tip forwards. Options today. Doubling up with the shoulders and the lower body for a couple nice stretches. Nice job, you guys. If you aren't already flexing your feet, maybe just see if you can point your toes forward a little bit more. And if you are tipping forwards, use an inhale, bring yourself back up. And exhale, let the arms go. Maybe add a shoulder roll in, and then you can lean back and uncross your legs. Give yourself a little shake, a little hug. Nice job, you guys. We are just going to start to switch sides. So maybe you're skipping the legs. Maybe you're just going to grab your strap and focus on the shoulders and the arms. Just make sure you're switching sides. So it might be the right side. The right arm that's going up into the air this time with the left hand behind you, grabbing onto your strap, or maybe just hanging onto your elbow. But if you do want to add the legs, send the left leg out, cross the right foot over top, so you could stay here with just half the cow face legs. Take an inhale, lengthen, and an exhale. Maybe tip it forwards, maybe not. If you've got one leg out long, see if you can flex that foot. Point your toes up towards the ceiling. Breathe. A lot of options to choose from, so maybe you kind of flow through all of them. Just find your breath though. And let's use an inhale to lift up if we're tipping forwards, and an exhale to let the arms go. And we're just going to adjust our legs. So bringing that left leg to the bottom. The right leg on top, setting up that double pigeon. Flex those feet. Again, maybe you want to focus on the lower body here. You're not going to add your arms in. You can lean back. Be nice to this top knee. Maybe you're able to sit a little taller. Drop that knee a little bit. You can stay here. Maybe you're going to add your cow face arms back in. Just take a breath. Find a long spine. Add a forward fold if you want to add a forward fold. Nice work, you guys. Using an inhale, lift the upper body up. And an exhale, let the arms come down, maybe adding in a shoulder roll, uncrossing the legs. Give yourself a little hug, a little rock side to side. We're gonna lay down on our backs again. You don't need any props, just place everything off to the side. Come all the way down onto your back. And just walk your feet a little closer towards your hips. And then let's heel toe our feet out to the edges of the mat. Maybe not quite that far, but kind of out wide. And then see if you can even turn your toes in a little bit. Might just be a very small movement. Once your feet are out wide, let the knees just kind of fall in towards one another. Maybe you can feel that rotation of the hips. Maybe you can feel this in the glutes and all the way down your legs. Maybe you don't feel anything at all. You could take your feet out a little bit wider. And nice and gentle, send that low back into the ground. Soften the shoulders. Nice job, you guys. With an inhale, start to open the knees back up. And you can heel toe your feet back to the middle of your mat. Maybe add a little rock side to side. We're going to start to walk our feet down to the bottom of the mat. Finding a nice straight line. We're going to find banana pose from here. So I'm going to shimmy your shoulders over to the right side of your mat. Keep your hips where they are. Just move the shoulders, the upper body. You can reach your arms above your head if you'd like. Maybe grabbing onto that left wrist and creating just a little extra length through that arm. And then you can add your feet. Move your feet over to the right side as well. I like to cross my left foot over top of that right one just to hold my legs in place. And then send that left glute into the ground a little more. You might feel this all the way through your entire body. Or maybe more so in the legs, the obliques. Just kind of curving that body until you feel something. Making a banana-ish shape. Nice, you guys. Let's start with our legs. We're just going to bring them back to the middle of the mat. Slowly. And then the shoulders can shimmy back as well. Find a nice straight line for a moment. And then when you're ready to switch sides, you can move the shoulders. Shimmy them on over. Add your arms. Maybe your right wrist is in your left hand, creating a little extra length. And then the legs can move over to the left side as well. And maybe you want to send that right glute down to the floor a little more. Nice, you guys. Let's start with the legs. Move the feet back to the middle of your mat. And then the shoulders. Find your way back into a nice straight line. And you can bring the feet out wide. Maybe rock the hips a little bit side to side. Your hands can either rest on your tummy or maybe at your sides with your palms facing up. Just close your eyes. Take a few breaths. And I just want to thank you so much for joining me today. I hope that you enjoy the rest of your day and you stay in shavasana for as long as you have time for. And until next time, namaste.